Marketed and distributed by Bbnaija S10 Life of Pain. Grab your copy now. Papa, I will beat you today. Just hold on. I'll start to take care of you. Okay, I will. Oh, later. It's clear, man. Imagine a fruitless man eating fruit. What is wrong with you, married woman? Married man.
For their Friday wager task presentation, the housemates were grouped into two teams, and this is Team 1 and their drama presentation titled Life of Pain. This story was centered on Doris, although as the story proceeded, it became a two-story centering on Doris and the life of Doris's stepsister, played by Joanna. But in this story, Rude Boy played two characters, Doris' father, and then later proceeded to appear as a lecturer too. Mensan did the intro, became an armed robber at some points, and still played the role of a doctor. Koyin, wicked stepbrother to Doris, who later played the role of an armed robber and also played the role of a pastor. Imisi, husband snatcher that they brought from the village, she snatched Doris's husband from her. Kola played the role of Doris' husband. Tracy played the role of Doris' mother-in-law. Big Soso, Doris's wicked stepmother. Joanna, Doris's stepsister, who later became a student and a runs girl. Thelma, Joanna's roommate and also a runs girl. Now, the story started with Coin and Rude Boy, father and son, playing Ludo. And after which, Doris comes in to greet the father, telling the father that she already made meal, she already prepared the food for the family. And when the father left, what did Coin do? Coin went and added more sugar to the food Doris made. And now, the wicked stepmother and the sister coming into the house decided to eat, only for them to discover the food had an awful taste, full of sugar, salt, everything. And at that, the mother-in-law started shouting and called on Doris, saying, "Oh, you want to poison my children? You want to kill my children? Same way you killed your mother," and started beating Doris. Well, the beating was so much for Doris, she went to the father crying, "Oh, look at her being maltreated." And the father said, "You know what? You always talk about going to Lagos. This is me praying for you that Lagos should favor you, that you will do well in Lagos." And at that, Doris packed up her stuff and departed for Lagos. Typical Nollywood. On getting to Lagos, first time in Lagos, and what happens? She then stumbled upon Kola. Kola happens to be a bachelor, well-to-do, very rich guy, and Kola proceeded to telling her, "Let me help you. It's late already. This is midnight. It's not good for you to be all alone in this street. You will be harmed. Allow me to take care of you." And Kola takes in Doris. Bam. Moments later, years later, Kola is now married to Doris, and Doris is enjoying the husband's money, taking care of the husband taking care of her as well. But then there is a problem, and the problem is what? She's yet to conceive for the husband, and the mother-in-law wasn't happy with this whole idea of Doris not giving the husband a child. And now the story moved to the second part, which will now be not really part 2, but like another storyline happening in the drama, which is on the stepsister Joanna. So Joanna moves from the village to the city now, and first time in the city, she's been robbed. And in this story, she was robbed by Mensan and Coin. Meanwhile, mind you that the Coin was playing the role of the brother, that's Joanna's brother and Doris's step brother. So when this robbing was happening, like me that was watching, I was like, why are you not seeing that person robbing you is your brother? Not knowing that the story has already like moved into another direction. So I was confused, like, why is your brother robbing you and you're not able to recognize your brother? I guess that was the point, because the judges said they lost it at some point, and I, as a viewer, at that point I became confused, not knowing what was happening. And in a presentation like this, you don't need to come and be explaining to your audience now that this person's role has switched. This person is now this person. This person is no longer this person. Because look, take at Mensan for instance. Mensan did the intro for us, which was very good. Okay, and Mensan then proceeded to be an armed robber. And then later on, we see Mensan as a doctor. Even going at some point, even became a pastor, praying for Doris. Same person that happens to be your wicked stepbrother, armed robber, and now pastor with you. Like, the whole thing was confusing. I guess they could have just dropped some characters that weren't much needed in this drama and just give us something we can understand. Because the acting was top-notch, but the storyline was confusing. Okay, so back to the storyline. So now, after Joanna was robbed, now looking for where to, find refuge, find where to stay, she meets Monica, played by Thelma Lawson. And Monica said, "Don't call me Monica, call me Chloe, man." That's actually a very popular line from a Nollywood movie that we all know. So now, Thelma Lawson, playing this role of Chloe, happens to be a pimp, runs babe, campus babes now, that insurance, and she takes Joanna in. Okay, now Joanna is in campus with this girl, and all they do is go to party all the time, and Joanna started doing badly in school. Now, mind you that the day Joanna was robbed, the person that saved Joanna was also Joanna's fellow student, played by the role K Bobo. Now, getting into the campus, and K Bobo is doing everything possible to be friends with Joanna, but Joanna sees K Bobo that he's not in their league. Because why? Joanna is moving with big guys now, she and Thelma. And for every time K Bobo wants to help with, oh, are you reading your books? Are you doing well academically? Joanna shuns K Bobo. And even when K Bobo visited the apartment, Thelma was like, oh, why are you rolling with this small boy? After everything I've introduced you to bigger boys, is it this kind of people you want to be rolling with? And the both of them even joined hand to beat K Bobo. Well, another scene, Joanna fails her exam and she's finding a way to know how she will sort herself. She then went to meet the lecturer, and the lecturer wants to sleep with her. Coming back, she told Thelma, and Thelma was like, that's even the best option. That what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And Joanna is saying, I know I read for that particular paper, I deserve to pass it. And Thelma was like, that doesn't mean anything. I better go prepare. We are going out. We are going out. Are you not going out with me? Do you want to go and start reading again, or are you going out? So it's better you go sort this man. Now, this scene again was another thing that I know that the judges found very confusing. Joanna then goes to meet the lecturer to sort things out, and it happens to be Rude Boy. Mind you, in the first scene, Rude Boy was playing the role of their father, and now Rude Boy is now playing the role of a lecturer. So what's like I said earlier on, they could have just looked for a very short story that wouldn't need them playing 2 characters, 3 characters. Like, come on now. And there was no narrator. This is stage play. There is no narrator coming to tell us, oh, that this person is no longer this person. That this person is now another person. Anyways, back to the story. We now move to Doris. So Doris' mother-in-law got tired of, child not coming forth, wants to arrange another wife for the son, and this person this person they arranged happens to be Missy. Missy came in forming timid girl from the village, greeting Doris, greeting everybody, and even Tracy was like, why are you greeting her? Don't greet that barren woman. In fact, she's a man. Don't talk to her. This is your home. Enjoy your home. Do this. Take over. Blah 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 blah. And another confusing scene, they don't tell us to watch out for part 2. Okay, now in part 2, Kola and Imisi is now living together as husband and wife. Okay, and Imisi is still going to meet Joanna and Thelma Lawson, telling them that she wants to join the Bobo Peace Girls. Meanwhile, this is somebody that is now married to a presumed rich man, Kola, right? So why is she still trying to go join students on the campus, trying to be among the Bobo Peace Girls? We understand I want to join that Bobo Peace Girls happens to be a popular line in the Nollywood movie played by Funke Akindele, trying to join the the happening babes in the university. But this particular drama, it wasn't necessary at all. It wasn't even needed because, are you following the story? This girl is already married to a rich person. Why does she still see the need to go join those people? Anyway, back to the story. At some point now, Doris's mother-in-law steps in and chases Doris out of the house. So Doris have moved out of the husband's house now. It's just Emisi and Kola being married. And another confusing scene. Doris goes to the hospital and discovers that she's pregnant. Okay, and she started singing in the hospital. The doctor left the scene and she was there on the floor thanking God. And it was one of what judges criticized, saying like, come on now, the doctor just broke this information to her. She could have maybe fainted, maybe become numb, but not the doctor leaving that scene. Like, did you just leave the hospital for your patients to to be in your office rolling on the floor? That scene could have happened maybe when she got home. She's now in her room thanking God. And another confusing scene, we now see Doris and Coin on the other side praying. Coin praying for Doris. This is Coin that have acted as a stepbrother, as an armed robber, and now as a pastor. That is 3 characters all in a drama. Through this, the judge is supposed their heads supposed scatter. Anyways, Coin was now praying for Doris. And what happens next? What happens next is that Kola then regains consciousness. And now so they're asking, who is this person? Who am I with? Mind you, he was with Emisi at that time. And he's asking himself, like, who is this person? What am I doing here? It happens that all this while, Emisi actually jazzed Kola. that Kola was taking Emisi as Doris. Now that Kola realized himself and we were about to go into the next scene, and the timer buzzed them out. So with that, their presentation comes to an end. Now let's go to what the judges have to say. Tony UMEZ said that the intro was wonderful, but then the storyline, at some points they lost them. That was from one scene to another, it was too jumpy. They didn't understand anything, not even the time frame. Now, quite all right, the time frame person was, showing the audience, but next time they should try, when you want to show a time frame in a stage play, you have to move it around, move it slowly and round, so that the audience will also get to see it. That they guess, maybe they took correction from the other team, they corrected and decided to be showing just them, but that's not how it's done. Tony also said that the story is no chronology, that the wife was present with the husband and they chased her out, and in 2 years later the wife is back again pregnant, that everything was just too scattered. That in fact, that the only reason they were flowing with the story is that they were trying to use their brain. And honestly, that was what I was doing too at some point. They said no, there is no backup story, stepsister in university, father later became lecturer. No, that the story should be short, entertaining, informative, not scattered, not people wondering and trying to understand things by themselves. That they know quite alright is a stage play, but it should be done smoothly. And at that, they went ahead to say that the father played his role very well. That's a rude boy, that he did excellently. And Mensan as well, that Mensan delivered. That Thelma Lawson, that's the prostitute, that she projected her role very, very well. That it was beautiful, but it was scattered. Well, they said that they enjoyed it as an entertainment. They enjoyed it as an entertainment, but not like the story was that superb and informative. That next time, if they really want to, in fact, what's her name? UMEZ told them that if they really want to take this as a profession, that they will have to put in the work, or they have to do so much work. And Inyanya said, well, he enjoyed the chemistry between the husband and wife, that's Doris and Kola. Omomi said she enjoyed it. It's not that serious. Usually she would say it's not that serious, okay? But she now told them that they should listen to what Tony UMEZ and EUCHARIA is telling them, because this is their field, okay? And you have to be serious at all time, because what Omomi was telling them is not play with the play, right? And they said things like this, you don't just say, oh, I'm acting. You have to put in the work. You don't know who is watching, because producers are out there scouting for new faces. You don't know who is in their room saying, oh, this person is good, I'll contact this person. But overall, it was a good performance. I personally I enjoyed it because I was using my head. It reminded me the old Nollywood, especially that intro that Mensan did. And come on, it's nostalgia. They were supposed to just take us to that Nollywood. And if you follow Big Brother's instruction, I would say that this housemate actually delivered based on what Big Brother told them to do. Big Brother told them to go back in Hands of Time, choose a Nollywood character and display. Well, why it was scattered though, but if you go by that biggest instruction, I'll say they delivered. Anyways, let me hear in the comment section. Let me read your opinion regarding this drama. Did you enjoy it? Who delivered? What character did you find most interesting? I would like to read all of that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
You were backing.